you not having sex with me for the duration of time that you did was very important.
You thought something was wrong with me.
I'll be honest, I thought I did.
You talked to Mike about it.
I said this girl's perfect as far as I can tell. There's one unexplored venture, and I have reason to believe that there's probably something wrong with it, because if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
I sucked a dick in a football stadium full of people once.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Okay, this is what I find funny. She made him wait dummy long before she let him have sex. But she goes around bragging that she's like been fucking all these dudes in these places and giving head all these places, and literally just watch the next video. Just watch the next video.
So his ex, Nina Akdal, she was spotted in Montauk over the weekend with her new boyfriend, Jack Brinkley Cook. And they were spotted together. She was humping him.
Son, right?
That's Christy Brinkley's son, her son with Peter Cook.
Yeah.
And so he's been dating Nina Akdal. They were at Gurney's in Montauk, and they were getting it on a little bit. They were at Gurney's, and she was on his lap, humping him, making out with him, kissing him. I'm glad that we have these pictures.
So from what we can tell, this girl just wasn't fucking with you. She just wasn't giving it to you. Cause a new nigga that she's barely been with for like a week or two, she's already humping niggas in front of everybody. And if you willing to do that type of shit, that type of PDA, big hump on niggas like in public, you know she giving a pussy up. So I'm sorry, nigga. She was only with you for your money. And that's a sad thing to learn as a nigga. Because even if you're a Jake Paul or a Logan Paul or any other Pauls, and you learn some shit like this, it's going to hurt you, man. It's going to hurt your pride. Like, that bitch.
I don't really think penises are that pretty, so I prefer you to hide it inside casually.
I beg your pardon?
Jesus Christ.
And I consistently wonder why we give these women platforms. Because she's not famous for nothing that she's actually done herself. The only reason why she's famous is because she's with Logan. That's true. But the thing that's very irritating about this chick is she is so disgusting to the public. The shit that she says, the stuff that comes out her mouth, Logan should have been able to put two and two together to be like, this chick is probably an H word. Is it an H or a W? She's a whore. I'm sick of using, she's a whore.
Foods that make either of you gag.
My gag reflex is pretty strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say, it'll take
Okay.
take a lot.
Okay. Wait, you went further.
Okay. We're talking about food. I don't even know where we're at right now.
Talking about.
Bitch, you knew damn well what these niggas were talking about, bro. You just chose to be nasty for no reason with your nasty ass. Now you wanna, what are you guys talking about? Oh my God, like as if I didn't know what I was saying. What the fuck are you talking about? I hate when women do this shit, bro. You knew exactly what you were talking about. You were talking about gagging on some dick. That's what you were doing. You fucking
No, but that's the way you get attention. That's what I like when people are like, how do you get so many followers and so many likes? I'm like, show a nipple.
Seriously.
Seriously.
That's what we all should do here to get
Just
this
like
Cosmo
pull
life.
it
I don't think it's gonna work for me.
There's difference between like slutty nipple and cute nipple.
No, bitch. You just want there to be a difference. There is no difference between slutty nipple and cute nipple. It's nipple. If you showing too much nipple, it's slutty. If you showing nipple to your partner, then you can be cute about it. But you can't just be showing nipple out there talking about there's nutty nipple and then no, bitch. There's one nipple. And depending on how you show it, motherfucker gonna think of you one or two ways. Slutty or possibly cute. But they ain't slutty nipple. You can't differentiate nipples. You can use it. It's about how you use the nipples.
How many photos of Logan's girl have you posted?
But at the end of the day, too, it's like, I'm not taking leaked photos from like, if you dated her, right? And you sent me a picture of her naked in bed. That's like illegal. That's defamation of character.
How are you finding all these photos?
Was that a Photoshop?
She's one of those girls that's been in New York and dated over like, I was getting DMs from like guys that like were like with her, like just random like catch dudes.
But
like,
every girl's
promoters.
like that, no? Or
Getting
not?
away from them.
Fuck no, nigga.
I just think that Logan has, and now seeing how he's taking this personal stuff, like his mind is not there.
What have you heard from them on their end?
The zone has put a little bit of a trap on me, but there's definitely trouble in paradise. I'm not gonna lie. I was like gonna praise him because like, you know, I'm all about like trans and like LGBTQ and everything. So I was gonna be like, oh, it's awesome. He like has a fiance that's trans. So I thought
You're
she was.
fucked.
And then I looked it up and it was a girl. And then I started seeing all the stuff. So I was like, oh, shit.
She's gorgeous though. Do you
Yeah.
feel bad for her? Do you think it's like how do you think it's affecting her?
Jake did this to me. I don't know if you remember when me and him were going to fight, when he was saying that he was going at my girl. He was saying he fucked her, this whole thing. So like, it's a double-edged sword. Like, you can't talk all that shit and not be able to take it. That's the worst kind of person.
You see, here, I'm like, hey, I understand where he's coming from, right? But I think he fucked up because, nigga, you just said Jake. Logan is the one that's dealing with the whole shit. So if Jake did some shit to you, you shouldn't get back at Jake by going at his brother and his wife's shit. You know what I'm talking about? But then again, when a wife is slutting like the way this bitch is slutting, you gotta let it go, man. You gotta let the info fly, okay? And I know they're exes now, but I'm still like, for when a woman switches that quick from a nigga and she's hopping on a bunch of other niggas, you already know this bitch was a hoe. I'm sorry to say. Like, what's her name? Lori Harvey? She's a hoe, bro. Have you ever, the moment she's done with a nigga, she already is always with another nigga. Right? She was done with fucking Michael B. Jordan. Immediately, she was with Dempsey Idris. Before Michael B. Jordan, she was with, what's his name? And then immediately she's with, like, she never breaks up with a nigga and she doesn't have another nigga. Women that do that are whores.
She belongs to the streets.
York, where there's a financial industry, there's all kinds of industries here.
Oh yeah.
But to me, sometimes I wonder if female attractiveness isn't the highest valued commodity in our
100% it is. 100%.
It is.
Yeah, of course.
Because men are becoming rich and powerful in order to get a woman.
Of course.
The woman they want.
Of course. What an attractive woman, and when I say attractive, I don't just mean attractive, I mean even just sexually confident. I mean, what an unbelievably lucrative career that is. Like, I do divorces for people that, a woman walks out with $200-300 million. He was an analyst at Goldman Sachs who built a hedge fund and then sold it and then used his trading algorithm to build it up to $500 million. She was hot and slept with him for a while and then stopped and started sleeping with other people and playing tennis and having Botox, and she's going to get half. Like, that's fucking incredible. Like, do you know what he had to do to get that? And what she had to, I'll fuck that guy for $200 million. Are you kidding me? Like, that's insane. That's incredible. Like, and God bless. I mean, I'm not saying that this is the rules of the game, but you can't argue that that's not easier than going to Harvard.
No, for sure. But then the payoff, the trade-off for that is that when they hit a certain age, the value decreases.
Play it right. Any stock, if you hold it too long, it's going to go down, so play the stock the right way.
The thing that kills me about this shit is that everybody knows this, but when you say it to a woman, she gets so mad and defensive so quickly. And most of this video comes from another YouTuber, the Poor Man's Podcast. Go and check him out. Very awesome guy. But I'm going to play you a clip of what he says in his video.
I think I read somewhere that out of the 100 richest people on the planet, 14 of them are women. And 13 out of that 14 got the bulk of their money through inheritance or divorce. That's a crazy stat. If we're going to have no-fault divorce, we got to change the divorce law.
I love this because I saw this stat too at some point, and I was like, yes, this is got to be true, because women love to act like as if they were always the ones that were like impoverished in these different ways. But it's like, no, you weren't, because a white woman has always had more than a black man in America. Yet we hear white women bitching like a motherfucker, right?
Are you a teenager?
No. I'm 24.
Too old.
Expired.
Emotional, damn it.
What do women say all the time? If you want to date me, you gotta be And then if a nigga tells a woman one time, oh shit, girl, you a little too old for me. Ooh, the world gonna crash around him. You gonna get canceled, nigga. All the bitches in the world gonna come at you. I can't believe he's said that. Oh my God, you gonna take her age? Oh my God, I can't believe this. Shut the fuck up, bitches.
Researchers say they are seeing a trend of women dating down, which means, a man who...
Dating down, really?
All right, listen, it was in the prompt, right?
Nah, chick, we know what you was doing. We know what you was doing, okay? It's that type of gaslighting shit bitches be doing, like in the background, all right? Flipping some shit. She was happy when that news report came out. She's like, ooh, I get to say some shit. All right, then, watch my nigga say some shit too.
Really? Who wrote that?
I mean, I say all that.
Jeez.
Disgruntled.
Huh? And look at that white woman. Why are you even talking shit? Disgruntled. Like, of course they're disgruntled. Why do women consistently think they're gonna say shit about men, and men are just gonna be like, oh yes, we are okay with that. You're saying dumb shit.
This is just the reality of it. So women, you know, we're more educated now, and I think that we're furthering our education. So with that being said, we're going to hold off on the baby making. We're going to hold off until we get that great job, really career driven. And I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping that there's someone either on your level or higher than you.
All right. So before, right, it was okay when the man made more money to be the one to buy everything, to do, you know, treat you and all this other kind of stuff. And now that you make more money, you can't be that one. Right? You can't be the one to pay for the meal and because you're dating down.
I hate that.
And this is exactly it, guys. This is the dynamic that so many men hate. It's the fact that for us, women tend to act like they know men. What we work for is that we can take care of our family. That's why men want to be successful. That's the only reason money matters to us. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't give a fuck. It only matters so that I can take care of my family and the people around me. For women, when they have money, dude, they don't think about nobody but themselves. It's all about, it's like, I got my education. I need to get my career so that I can do better for myself. What's the point of the career? It's for the people around you. It's not just for you. It's not so that you can just have this fucking wild life where you're flying around getting piped by niggas and you're like, and then when I'm 35, 40, now I can think about having a baby. No, bitch, your ex is gone. Stop talking to me.
Yeah. What is that about? It wasn't called dating down.
Right.
Yeah.
When men were the breadwinners and all that.
It's
called now it's dating down.
Yeah.
What is that?
Are these women expecting the men to cover everything? How much money do you think a guy should make per year?
Take a guess.
$150,000.
I'm gonna say 250, 200.
If I'm like dating them, at least making 100,000. Like $1 million, 2 million?
What percentage of people make $1 million a year? A lot of girls asking for millions, despite only about 0.1% of Americans making over $1 million a year.
No, I actually kind of find it funny that the guy had to look that shit up in the first place. Like, you already know it's 1%. The funny thing is the majority of people in the US make around 24 to 30K a year. That's the majority. Like, over 50% of people make 35 to 40K a year. And the 40K a year is on the upper end of the majority of people. So like you have these female, so are girls asking men? Yes, you clearly are.
They want those breadwinners, so they...
That's what it sounds like to me by this particular study. I have to date down now. What is that? You wanted to make more money, you make more money. What's the if there is a responsibility with making more money? First of all, I don't believe in any of it. But if there's a responsibility that comes with making more money, accept it. You wanted to make more money. Right. You know, are you going to find many men out there that makes as much as you do?
And my point is, so now you're going to, because we hear so much about women that are like, oh, there's nobody out there, there's no one out there, I can't find love, I'm getting too old. Now you're going to sacrifice the fact that you could find that love.
Most of what you find in the female community is just hypocrisy. There's some good females out there, don't get me wrong, I know it. They're rare, so like it's really hard to sift them out through the fucking horde of whores, but there are some good ones. I would say the majority of females in the feminist space, they're on this bullshit where like, I want to be independent, man, I want to do whatever I want to do, but I can't find a man because of everything I'm doing. I got to blame men because they don't love me for the fact that now I'm acting like a risque ass freaky girl out in the streets. It's like, these girls are just hypocrites. You are hypocrites.
Yeah, men don't call it dating down. We call it taking care of our families. And if you want to make more money, it's going to come with more responsibility. The sad reality is if you give a man $1 million, he thinks, great, now I can take care of my family. But if you give a woman $1 million, she thinks, I don't need no man.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Yo, man, these modern females need some Jesus. Yo, Kanye, come in here, bro. We need you.
God is better than the devil. The devil took all the producers, the musicians, the designers, moved us all out to Hollywood. They got contracts out there that say you can't say Jesus. You can say Jesus in your studio, but it's only one restaurant we serving for tonight, and that's God's restaurant.